Are you tired of the relentless cycle of anxiety and self-doubt that comes from constantly worrying about what others think about you? Well, you're not alone. In today's digital age, it's easier than ever to fall into the trap of seeking validation from the outside world. But here's the good news. You have the power to break free from this cycle and regain control over your own life. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the art of letting go and explore how to stop caring what others think about you. So, if you're ready to unlock your full potential and embrace your authentic self, keep watching because we've got some life-changing insights coming your way. Number 1. Understanding the impact of others' opinions, the psychological effects of constantly seeking approval. Ever catch yourself scrolling through social media, anxiously awaiting those precious likes and comments on your latest selfie? It's a common phenomenon in today's world, where the approval of others often feels like the ultimate badge of honor. But what are the psychological consequences of this constant quest for validation? Well, it can lead to a roller coaster of emotions. One moment you're on cloud 9 with a handful of likes, and the next, you're in the dumps because someone didn't like your post. It's a wild, emotional ride that can leave you feeling overwhelmed and even questioning your self-worth. The never-ending need for approval also fuels anxiety. You're always on edge, wondering if people will like or accept you. This can lead to a constant state of tension, impacting your mental well-being. So, in the grand scheme of things, the psychological effects of this approval-seeking behavior aren't exactly great for our emotional health, right? Share personal anecdotes or relatable stories. To illustrate just how universal this struggle is, let me share a quick story. I used to be the kind of person who'd do anything to please others. I'd say yes to every request, put myself last, and constantly seek reassurance. One day I realized I was utterly exhausted, both physically and mentally. I felt like I had lost myself in the process. The moment of awakening came when a friend commented on my outfit, and I spent the entire day wondering if it was a compliment or a subtle critique. Can you relate to that feeling? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Number 2. Self-awareness and self-acceptance. Emphasize the importance of knowing and accepting yourself. Before you can truly stop caring about what others think, it's essential to embrace who you are. Self-awareness and self-acceptance is the cornerstone of this process. Just like your favorite superhero needs to understand their powers, you need to understand yourself. When you know your strengths, weaknesses, and quirks, you'll be better equipped to navigate the world with authenticity and confidence. Think about it this way. If you're not comfortable in your own skin, you're more likely to seek validation from others to fill the void. But when you know and love yourself for who you are, that need starts to fade and you become the main character of your story, rather than a supporting role in someone else's drama. Provide tips on how to become more self-aware. Self-awareness doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey. So how do you kickstart this transformative adventure? Start by carving out time for self-reflection. Journaling, meditation, and therapy are fantastic tools to explore your thoughts, feelings, and past experiences. These practices can help you uncover your values, beliefs, and what truly matters to you. Another effective method is seeking feedback from trusted friends and loved ones. Ask them to share their honest opinions about your strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes, others see qualities in us that we're blind to, and this insight can be eye-opening. So, practice self-awareness and self-acceptance as your superpowers on this journey to self-liberation. Number 3. Developing self-confidence. The connection between self-confidence and caring less about others' opinions. Self-confidence and not caring about others' opinions are like two peas in a pod. When your confidence soars, you'll find that the weight of external judgment slowly lifts off your shoulders. It's a fascinating paradox. The more self-assured you become, the less you rely on the approval of others. When you trust your abilities and value yourself, those external opinions lose their power over you. Think of it as a superhero suit. The suit, in this case, is your newfound self-confidence, and it provides you with an invisible shield against negativity. It allows you to march to the beat of your drum without being swayed by the opinions of others. Share personal examples or success stories. Let me share a quick personal example. I used to be terrified of public speaking. The thought of it made me break into a cold sweat, and I'd constantly worry about what the audience might think. But I knew I had to overcome this fear to grow personally and professionally. So I started by taking small steps, like speaking up in meetings and joining speaking clubs. Over time, my confidence grew, and I realized that people weren't as judgmental as I feared. Today, I'm not only more confident in public speaking, but I've also learned to care less about what others might think of me. Confidence-building success stories are everywhere. You've probably seen someone who used to be incredibly shy turn into a charismatic public speaker. Or maybe you know someone who broke free from the fear of judgment to start a successful business. These stories show us that self-confidence is something you can cultivate and that you can achieve remarkable things when you stop caring too much about what others think. So remember, your superhero cape is waiting. All you need to do is embrace it. Number 4. Handling criticism and negative opinions. Criticism isn't always a bad thing. In fact, constructive criticism can be incredibly valuable. It's like having a compass that helps you navigate your journey to self-improvement. Constructive feedback from trusted sources can highlight areas where you can grow and develop, making you better at what you do. The key is to distinguish between constructive criticism and baseless negativity. When you receive feedback, assess whether it comes from a place of genuine concern and is aimed at helping you improve. When you can identify constructive criticism, welcome it with open arms, as it can be your secret weapon for personal and professional growth. Provide advice on not taking criticism personally. It's easier said than done, but not taking criticism personally is a superpower. When someone criticizes you, remind yourself that it's not an attack on your worth or character. It's just one person's perspective. Try to adopt a growth mindset. Embrace the idea that criticism, when it's not constructive, reflects more on the person giving it than on you. It might be rooted in their insecurities or biases. Taking this perspective can help you develop a thicker skin and not let criticism affect your self-esteem. Lastly, if you find yourself struggling with this, consider sharing your experiences with friends or a therapist who can provide guidance on how to handle criticism in a healthier way. Remember, even superheroes have their mentors and allies to help them navigate tough challenges. Number 5. Setting boundaries. Setting boundaries can protect your mental well-being. Picture boundaries as your personal force field. They shield you from negativity and maintain your mental well-being. Without these protective walls, you might feel overwhelmed by the constant influx of external opinions and expectations. By setting boundaries, you take control of your life and decide what's acceptable and what isn't. Boundaries prevent you from overextending yourself, saying yes to everything, and bending over backward to please others. Instead, they give you the space and peace of mind to prioritize self-care, self-respect, and your own needs. Boundaries are flexible and can be applied to many aspects of life. Let's consider a few scenarios. 1. Work-life balance. In your professional life, set boundaries by not responding to work emails or calls after work hours. This gives you the space to unwind and recharge. 2. Social gatherings. When attending social events, establish boundaries for your energy and time. If you need to leave early, communicate that to your friends in advance. 3. Relationships. In your personal relationships, make it clear what's acceptable and what's not. For example, communicate that you need respect and honesty in your friendships or romantic relationships. 4. Digital boundaries. Create digital boundaries by limiting your time on social media or setting specific times for checking your emails. Boundaries are incredibly empowering, and when you enforce them, you'll discover a newfound sense of freedom and peace. Setting them isn't selfish. It's an act of self-love that allows you to focus on what truly matters in your life. Thanks for watching. And until next time, remember that the power to stop caring too much about what others think lies within you. Embrace your uniqueness, set those boundaries, and watch your self-confidence soar. You've got this. Stay empowered and stay fabulous.